everybody? Today is Tuesday, October 19th, 2021. This happens to be episode 172 of 413 Sportstalk. I'm your host, Raheem Esquire. Hope everybody's doing well. Middle of October, starting to get colder. Leaves are starting to change colors. The Detroit Lions are 0-6. A lot of good stuff's happening, but a lot of the same stuff repeatedly over and over again. Got a lot to sit down and talk about. Stuff from the action on the ice last night. Also, Major League Baseball, the postseason. Braves, Dodgers, Red Sox, Astros. There's probably a good percentage of people, honestly, who didn't think that Boston was going to make it this far. Even me, a fan, really didn't think so, honestly. I thought, here come the Rays, and sheesh, they abused us all year, and I figured they'd do the same, honestly, in like 4 games. Boy, was I wrong. And now we sit on the very precipice to the World Series. So we'll glance on that really quickly. And I have for you also high school football power rankings. So we'll get into it. Special treat here with the news. All the news stories, all the little stories today are student athlete, Western Massachusetts inspired. So we have selected a couple kids from different schools, mostly the high school football circuit, who have been stand-ups so far. So without further ado, let's go. So in the news, girls soccer, Central Golden Eagles smoke Renaissance School for nothing. Shouts to the Lady Golden Eagles. I like to see that they're starting to win games in soccer. It definitely makes me feel good about that program. And now on to the rest of the news. Here we go. Sam Mard, halfback out of Long Meadow, 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. And not only was Sammy a big piece to Long Meadow's win against Holyoke, which was just this past week, he helped Long Meadow secure their first win with work on the ground and through the air as well. Shout out to Sam Mard, one of the premier running backs in Western Mass. Ware quarterback Jack Oucher threw 7 passes, 2 of them were scores. For the number 2 Ware Indians, were 5-0, and their win last week as well. So, shout out to you, Jack. Northampton quarterback Ben Slidaisky, I hope I'm not fucking that up. 10 of 14, 141 yards, 4 touchdowns. This kid's amazing. I love the way he's played game in and game out all year, and the sky's the limit for him. I kind of knew when he got the starting job it was gonna be something. I felt it, immediately when I was first informed, and just had to jump in on social media. I'll let everybody know this kid can throw the ball. Another great football player, Aaron Bush, who's a Valley halfback, 126 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. Just tremendous footwork this young man has, and if you get lost in the jukes and the footwork, you're most likely going to get burned for a touchdown. Because when you're a defender and you lose sight of the hips, you've lost everything. So. Congratulations to Aaron Bush, and just not just him, just how that whole Hoosick Valley squad has just came together and just became victorious week in and week out. Jack Latendre was 4'5", 111 yards and 4 touchdowns for Palmer. Jack is one of my favorite quarterbacks in Western Massachusetts. He's a baller every week, multiple touchdowns. Few mistakes. He really gets his offense, has a good feel for it. Seen him make a couple audibles as well. So, and when it comes to young quarterbacks, when you're seeing guys at that age make audibles, it tells you a bunch of things, that they understand the offense and that they understand the defense that's facing what they're trying to do, and they see what they can do to actually make the play happen, and versus making a play now. So shout outs to Jack. The senior Green Wave quarterback David Carey has been a big piece, the leader of the Green Wave in their winning ways this year. They play good defense, but mostly on offense, which was kind of weird for what I saw at the beginning of the year. As far as what coaches wanted to do, they wanted to run the ball a lot. When these guys air it out, get those secondaries ready because you're gonna be giving up touchdowns. And finally, Mr. Griffin, Central Golden Eagles wideout. Now, look at me when I say this, everybody. Mr. Griffin is the best wide receiver in Massachusetts. He is the best wide receiver in Massachusetts. I'll repeat it again. And not just for this game, man. Just his consistency. The Randy Moss-like ability to go up and get the ball. He is very smooth with his jukes. The hip movement is crazy. Everything is such in a line when this kid goes to catch the ball. And the most important thing, and I think is a skill that you can't teach, is the acceleration and how it stays. And it doesn't lose a step, so to speak, when he jukes or when another move is made. And this is stuff that a kid is doing already, who's received offers from many D1 schools, who, in my eyes, could one day be first-round talent. So, shout out to that Golden Eagle right there. And that concludes the stories of the news. And now for the piece you were waiting for, the high school football power rankings. In it, I have two teams who are currently undefeated, who sit upon the top of the mountain, and a couple others who could make it up there. But as you know, when you are a number one squad, let's say, for example, there are 5 boxes. You check all 5 boxes, the last one being the best record. So, I think when you check all the boxes, that means you're number one, right? Alabama got upset. They're 5th in the country. They went from number 1 to number 5. So just keep that in mind going forward. And when you hear these rankings, when you detest them online, when you disagree with them, whatever the word we're going to throw in there is, and just remember that factor, please. Here we go now. Number 1 are the Kona Warriors at 6-0. Number 2 are the Ware Indians at 5-0. Number 3, Hoosick Valley in that great defense, 5-1. Number 4 is the Greenfield Green Wave. Quarterback David Carey, as I just talked about, 5-1. Palmer and Jack Patendre, 5-1. At number 5, Northampton is at number 6. They are 5-1 as well. Westfield and Pittsfield are 7th and 8th, and they're both 4-1. East Hampton also has that record, and they're number 9. And the number 10 team is the Central Golden Eagles, with a record of 4 wins and 2 losses. Go Golden Eagles! Those are my guys. Number 11, Agawam Brownies 4-2. Minnetonka Falcons 4-2 at 12. With Springfield Terriers 4-2 at 13. East Alonga Meadow Spartans are 3-3 at 14. Monument Mountains 15th with 2-2. Athol Bears 2-3 at 16th. Belchertown 17th 2-3. The Ludlow Lions are 2-4. And South Hadley is number 19th and they're 2-4 as well. And Longmeadow is in the top 20. Finally, at one point they were the 29th ranked team in the ranking. So they've climbed back with their 2 consecutive wins. Smithfolk Vikings are 1-3 at number 21. Number 22, Chicopee Pacers 1-5. Holyoke Purple Knights 1-5 at 23. Mount Greylock is 0-3 at 24th. McCann Tech 0-5, 25th. Amherst is 0-5 at 26th. Frontier Red Hawks and my guy Aiden Dredge 0-5. Putnam Beavers 0-5. Chicopee Conquers 0-6 after a thrashing from the Central Golden Eagles. And the Commerce Red Raiders are 1-5. They're 30th. And there goes the high school football power rankings. Again, the Oklahoma Warriors are number 1. Central Golden Eagles are at number 10, and the Long Meadow Lancers are 20th at 2-4. Other than that, I shout out all of the student athletes in Western Mass who participate in football. You guys have put together a very amazing season, and it's been a blast covering it, honestly. Now we'll go to the Western Mass Sports Score. Girls Field Hockey, East Long Meadow over Northampton 2-1. Smith Academy over Turners Falls 8-1. And Pioneer Valley beats Holyoke 1-0. And Minnechaug over Westside, also by a score of 1-0. Volleyball, Bacone over Pioneer Valley 3-0. Westfield over Long Meadow by the same score. Mohawk Trail does the same thing to Greenfield. Agawam 3-1 over Pittsfield. Lee 3-0 over Westside. Ware 3-0 over Putnam. Springfield International Charter School over Belchertown, also by a score of 3-0. And Athol does the same thing to Mayhawk, 3-0. And those were the volleyball scores. Now moving on to baseball. Boston 12, Houston 3. Red Sox lead the series 2-1, and they go back at it tomorrow night. It's going to be a very good game 5 to see. Man. I really hope my Red Sox make it, man, because I'm a little scared. When it comes to the NFL, I don't know if my Packers would make it a Super Bowl, man. There are a lot of good teams out there who could potentially do it to us, especially in the NFC. The Cardinals. Monday Night Football, though, let's talk about that. Titans over the Bills, 34-31. King Henry, 148 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Had a nice night. Josh Allen was pretty good, 2 touchdowns on 300-something yards. Pick, and that heroic play at the end, dude, he almost fucking scored. Bills would have won that game, but both teams leave the game with a 4-2 record and are still to the AFC's best. And that's it from the NFL. NHL. In overtime, Rangers over Toronto 2-1. Philly beats the Kraken of Seattle 6-1. Anaheim over Calgary 3-2. And St. Louis over Arizona 7-4. And that just about does it. Episode 172 for the Sportstalk. I'm your host, Ryan Mescalai. First of all, I want to thank you for your continued support of the show, interacting with the posts and everything. It's freaking awesome. We need stuff like that to happen to attract more people to the show and to make it grow bigger, huge. And also to do that, we're on YouTube, 35 subscribers. Kind of needs to turn to 4,000 really quickly. And I'd appreciate you guys helping me do that. Tomorrow I will hit you with episode 173 of 4-3 Sports Talk. It's a normal day. And I hope you all enjoyed it. And wish you all nothing but health, wealth, and success. My name is Ryan Mescalai, and I'll see you at 173. Have a good day, everybody.